Very few countries on Earth had no COVID's regulations, but only a few, like countries you've heard of, didn't really. And one of them was El Salvador, and the other was Mexico. And Mexico, throughout the whole thing, the most they ever did was they had like 5 questions on a little tick box, like, do you have a cough? Do you feel bad? It's like, no, fine. And then like a month or two ago, which was great, because usually before Anarchapulco, they change all the laws to make it harder for us to do this. But this time, so maybe things are going our way, right? They just said, fuck it. Don't ask them anything. And they don't, right? Did anyone get asked about COVID? No, good. There's still some mask wearing in airports and stuff like that, or even at the Walmart and stuff. But, I actually don't even care that much about the masks. Like, if someone wears a mask, it's like, okay, he's stupid. It doesn't affect me, really. Like, wow, you're just suffocating yourself for no reason because you're scared? So I don't really care. Like, I actually don't even see them anymore. Do you guys? Like, people come up and talk. In the first 6 months, someone would come up and talk to me with a mask, and I'd be like, in their face. I'm like, don't you realize? And they're just like, obviously not. I don't, look at me. And now it's like, okay, I don't care. Wear a mask if you want. But it is interesting, the whole COVID's thing. Man, that's a whole other thing, right? Tim? Last year at this time, we were talking about the COVID. As Kat pointed out, it's funny. The year before, in the February of 2020, at our event at the Princess, we had full hazmat suits. The waitresses had the face masks. And everyone thought, you guys are so funny. And a lot of us are like, that's what they're going to do. In fact, we had so many speakers talking about all that stuff. Probably the biggest is Del Bigtree, who, I don't think he's here this year. He didn't come this year? It fell through, okay. But he's been doing a great job, and he was here in like 2019, and I had so many people come up to me, because we had Dr. Sherry Tenpenny and Del Bigtree, and they both talked about vaccines and stuff. But this is 2019. And a lot of people in Anarchapulco, Jeff, why you got these people talking about vaccines? I was like, you'll see. And man, Del Bigtree was so right on it. Yeah, like he was saying in 2019, they're going to try to force vaccinate everyone. Because he was watching the whole thing happen. I was actually watching some of it too. I knew some people in the so-called anti-vax movement before COVID's, which I totally support, of course, but I saw what they're doing. It was like super evil. They were like killing people. Like if you were an anti-vaxxer, you were like lucky if you survived. So we knew this was like a huge plan, and then now we've seen what's happening now. So last year at this time, I don't think the vaccines had even come out yet, right? The lethal injections? I think it came out in like February or something, right? Maybe March? January. Oh, was it January? But most people didn't have it, right? Or even know about it. So in the last year, hundreds of millions of people across the world have joined like the Kool-Aid cult and are lethally injecting themselves on purpose. Many of them super happy about it. They're even super happy about killing their own children. It's bizarre to see. But I actually wrote about this in the Dollar Vigilante newsletter. I think they're kind of losing here now, because I've been saying since the beginning that this won't stop. Because a lot of people are like, I still remember people telling me like in early 2020, Jeff, you're just being so dramatic again. It's just 2 weeks to flatten the curve. I was like, 2 weeks, you'll see. And we're still in it, 2 years to flatten the curve now. And over the last year, I've been like, this won't stop until enough people wake up. And we're finally seeing it, just in the last, basically, month. And who would have guessed? The Canadian truckers. Yeah, they got a lot of supporters here.